Hi guys, welcome back for another one. I am Mr. Free to Play. That is right, I'm a free to play player and I give free to play player advice, tips, tricks, and other things. Yes, we are back with another episode of Resource Management 101. Yes, the highly controversial series for a select few people out there apparently. Anyways guys, this is efficient use of cores for farming characters. So where this one's going, you guys are gonna have to wait to find out. So if you're ready for it, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. So first off guys, if you are new to this series, what is Resource Management 101 all about? Well guys, that is my rating system of how useful a character is in unlocking content and getting you sustainable resources. So to reiterate that I've mentioned a couple times now on these videos, this does not include meta game modes like Arena and War, as the usage always changes, and I want to make sure that the usage that I give you guys in this series, the characters, the usage never change. If I say they're good for whatever challenge, whatever game mode, they are always going to be good for that current level of that challenge or game mode that I tell you that they are good for. And I know that probably will not stop me from getting comments about Arena and War. I want to make it perfectly clear. I will cover Arena and War in a separate video. I don't know if they'll be a part of Resource Management 101. It's going to depend what I find out when I actually do deep dives of those game modes. But let's move on to what this video is all about. So if you guys have seen my previous video or have been part of my Discord or other people's Discord, you may have seen me post a poll for you guys to go and give an answer to. Now some of you guys did go do that, and that's great because that's the information that I'm going to use to determine, well, you're going to have to wait for that answer. But anyways, so here we go. So I did have two other content creators respond to my poll, actually more in a direct message versus like just participating in the poll. So both Casino and Tana both responded. Apparently they have been tracking this for a long time. Their long-term tracking basically equates to every 5 times farm 2.5 shards. And I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same way out there because this is the result of the poll. You can see majority of you guys answered 2 shards is the normal drop for a 5 times farm. A handful of you picked 3, and a very few of you picked 1 or less. And 19 very lucky people out there answered number 4. I hope I had 4 all the time too, and I'm more than happy. So I'm jealous of your guys' drop rates. But guys, what I did is I took all this information, put it in a spreadsheet, calculated out what the actual average is based on your guys' opinion. So 2.29 shards is the drop rate for a 5 times farm according to your guys' input. This video is all about cores. We have not talked about cores yet. So where does cores come in? So basically, this is what I want to break down for you. The content creators basically say, if you spend 200 cores on 4 farms, you're going to get about 10 shards. The viewer opinion do the exact same thing. You're about 9.16. So viewer opinion is a little bit less than what the content creators basically say what it is. So now that we got all that information in there, we need to move on to what this video is really about: efficient farming with cores. So let's put a black screen up. So you guys have seen me talk about this in the past. I've never presented it this way. So I figured I'm going to present it in a way to win more people over if they don't believe me in this method. So if those of you who've been following me have seen thumbnails like this one from me, how to get Squirrel Girl at 4 stars for free. And there's a simple farming method that I talk about in there. And so to break this one down, we are going to be focusing on Swarm's campaign event. So yes, the game mode that I'm talking about in this video is the event campaign characters. First of all, I must say this farm method is not going to be best for everybody. So who is it best for? Well, basically, I believe anyone from level 65 and up to the late mid game. Now, the reason I say level 65 because this is where you should be able to start completing the hard nodes of the event campaign. So late mid game basically means when you look at the characters that are offered in the orb, you have quite a few of them already max 7 stars. At that point, the core to the benefit ratio is not going to be the same. It's going to be less than if you don't have any of those characters at 7 stars. But so that's pretty much the range of where this method is going to be best. Outside that, you're going to have to use your best judgment of what you would like to do. So if you're doing my tips and tricks the way that I present them and knows how to get these event campaign characters for free, you should have gone through the whole entire hard campaign, and then on a normal day with all your regular energy and free energy that you are given, you should be able to clear the last 6 nodes of this campaign, and you should be remaining with the 4 that are on the screen right now. So if you would use 200 cores, which is 50 cores for each refresh of 100 energy, you're going to get 500 shard fragments for the first 3 nodes you see there, and then the last one you'll get 600. So it equates to you about getting 1.05 orbs with your cores alone per day. So guys, it's time to win you over with some math. Hopefully you guys are some big fans of math, but I'm going to present it to you in a way that you don't really have to do the thinking yourself. I'm going to do all the math for you, but a lot of math is going to come in here. So first off, let's take a look at the event campaign characters that I have pulled in the past. Now, because of the way that I play this game in saving orbs and wait until the event's over to pull them, mainly for one, I've always done that because I'm a little superstitious, and 2, I do it for YouTube content for you guys. But since I do that, I was able to go back and watch my old videos and find out exactly what was the drop rate for each orb for each campaign event character that I did. So first, let's go back and take a look at Elsa Bloodstone. In that event, the orb dropped an average of 9.91 shards per orb. Next, go to Heimdall. I got a 10.1 average there. Next up, if that was Crystal, I got 11.14. Really good on Crystal. Toad, I got a 10.13. Now, I got a note here. After Toad's campaign event, they actually changed the drop rates on the event campaign characters to actually be less than what they used to be. I don't know if they changed the numbers on some of the other like just averages of what orb would drop, because you guys are going to see an increase in the ones here that coming up. So after that was Proxima Midnight. I got 11.32, which was really good. Taskmaster, 10.78. And Domino, I got 11.92. And if you guys have not seen that Domino orb opening, you should go find it because it was crazy, insane. By far the best luck I've ever had opening an orb. But anyways, so if you take all 7 of those events, the average came to 10.76. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Squirrel Girl's not here because if you guys have been following me, you guys know I wasn't around to do Squirrel Girl for you guys. But Squirrel Girl was pretty much around Domino's level, as I got just as many shards of Squirrel Girl as I did Domino. I only have like less than 400 to go to have the character completely maxed out to 7 stars. Same thing with Domino. But that's beside the point. Back to the average. So 10.76. That is the average that orb drops. And if you just take the last 3 events, it's going to be much higher than that. Yeah, I don't know what Foxnex did to make the orb drop rates go up. Obviously, the event campaign characters drop rates went down, but the overall shards have gone up. So now it's time to talk about that stuff I talked about in the beginning. Content creators, 10 shards for 200 cores. Viewer opinion, 9.16 shards per 200 cores. Now, the event campaign. At 1.05 orbs in 15 days, which the main reason why I keep the fraction in there is because even in the normal farm, that fraction could carry over and give you an extra orb in that time period that you wouldn't get otherwise. So that's the main reason why I keep that little fraction in there. But anyways, you get about 15 3/4 of an orb in those 15 days of the event campaigns here. And that basically equates to 167.5 shards of characters. And that's not talking about what you get as your normal energy stuff. That's just what you get spending the 200 cores per day. How many shards of characters you'll get on average. Now let's compare it to what the content creators have tracked long term if you spend your cores on the campaigns that are always available to farm characters. Now, that is only 150. So yes, that is a difference of 17.5 shards of characters. I know that it doesn't seem like a big number, but take someone like me who's been playing for over 600 days and been part of numerous event campaign characters. That has helped me get characters completed and save me on farming in other places in the game just by doing these campaigns so hard. If I haven't convinced you yet, let me keep trying. So now we gotta take a look at, okay, what's the benefit of me pulling this orb? Obviously it's not direct farming a character I absolutely want at the current moment out of a campaign. So what is the benefit? Like, you know, I'm gonna sell it to you now. And no, I was never a salesperson, so hopefully I do a good job. Anyways, so let's look at the characters that are in the orb. So first, you guys know resource management is all about being efficient with your resources. And if you guys have seen the first 2 videos I covered was the 15 most useful characters and the 20 characters with the least amount of use in the game. The characters in the orb that are classified as high usage to my usage guidelines are Mordo, Carnage, Scientist Supreme, Nobu, and Venom. All 5 of those characters have at least 3 or more uses elsewhere in the game to gain you resources or unlock legendaries or some other game event that I've classified for them. Also in the orb, there are characters with medium uses, and these are characters that have 2 other game modes that they're useful in. And that is Ghost Rider, Killmonger, Rhino, Ronin, and Vulture. So that is 10 characters right there in that orb that can save you from farming them if they pull instead of the event campaign character. And plus, let me just add in here the event campaign character. How many of you, especially early accounts, would benefit from having a brand new character, newer in the meta? I mean, Swarm's obviously a one-off. A lot of people don't think he's going to be that great outside Sinister Six, which that's a fair assumption. But anyways, how many of you guys would benefit from having that 4-star character out of the gate? How much will that change your account or your progression? I mean, I look at my newer account, I'm already going to make use of Squirrel Girl right off the bat. And it's going to be such a huge boost to that account because she's going to be used in multiple game modes. She's basically Defenders 2.0. Everything Defenders do, she has more uses than them. But I digress. So it's really also looking at the event campaign character too and where they're going to fit in the meta either now or one day. So there are 17 more characters in this orb. Now 15 of that 17 are low use, which means they only have one other use in the game for one other game mode. I'm not going to show all those characters on the screen because it's pointless, right? The other thing I want to focus on is there's only 2 characters in that orb, in the entire orb, only 2 characters that have no usage rating at all. And I probably will get some pushback that they are a meta team, recently a new meta team, but no usage as of any data that I have showing them for other game modes like challenges, unlocking legendaries, or any other sustainable content. And that is Winter Soldier and Crossbones. All right, have I sold you yet? If not, I got one more pitch left. The characters that are in the orb that can save you on arena or war credits. Let's take a look at war credits first. Carnage and Nobu. Now, I know a lot of people out there, especially late game players, are going to snicker and say, who in the world is ever going to farm Nobu from the war store? He has a node, farm him there. We've all said it, that line is famous. But you need to put yourself in a new player's shoes. If you are aiming towards Phoenix and Nobu is the character you're behind on, how tempting is it for a newer player to invest their war credits into Nobu to get him done for Phoenix? It's a reality, it can happen, and by doing this, it actually saves the player time on Nobu, either farming or in the war store, as they may feel compelled to do so. So if you're a newer player, this can really help you, 1, towards Phoenix, and 2, Carnage, who you're really going to want for Dark Dimension 3. And if you don't have Symbiote Spider-Man, there is a chance he's going to the milestone orb soon, and hopefully his drop rate will be decent enough that you'll at least be able to get him unlocked. And whoever clears Dark Dimension 4 first could just pick Symbiote Spider-Man to give you 100 shards of. It is possible, they've done it in the past. Alright, but let's move on to arena credits. So who can save you on arena credits? That is M'Baku, Mordo, Vulture, Researcher, and Scarlet Witch can all save you on arena credits where you can focus your arena credits on other tunes. And that's it, guys. That is my pitch. That is my spiel to show you how efficient these event campaign characters can be for your accounts. Alright guys, I got nothing left, so do me a huge favor, hit that like button. If you're new here or have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss any resource management 101 videos or any other videos I do on my channel, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Bye. And I know, like I said, some of you guys just you think about yourselves and not the newer players. Actually, I should cut that part out.
So save this currency. This is the currency you get when you win a war.